This week, try again. Much has changed during this war. Army leaders, political rivals, the map. But that doesn't mean we have to change. The first Fort Fisher failed. How about a second? Sherman's march to Savannah was successful. What if he marched over Columbia? 4 years of war. How about another peace conference? Just because the action's familiar doesn't mean the results are the same. I'm not going to waste your time. Fort Fisher. General Braxton Bragg versus General Alfred H. Terry and Admiral David Porter. The 14th sees a continuation of the bombardment, which continues to hold down the fortification, stopping repair teams. Terry reconnoiters the area and ensures that rebel reinforcements, namely Hoke's division, doesn't have a clear line to aid Colonel William Lamb and Major General Whiting, who leads the Confederate garrison. The 15th is the day of battle. The Federal brigades of Curtis, Pennypacker, and Bell. The charge of Ames' division is a bloody one, as Bragg's batteries cut down the forward ranks. Secessionist sharpshooters pick off commanders. The forward Union forces soon stall. General Whiting charges against them and is shot down. Colonel Bell shares a similar fate, and Pennypacker is seemingly mortally wounded. Hook moves to reinforce Fort Fisher, and it seems like Terry's career will end just like Butler. Lamb and Whiting wounded turn over command to the recently arrived Confederate Colquitt. Then a stroke of luck. Bragg is an idiot. Colquitt is there to relieve the troop command because Bragg doesn't believe the line can break, and Pennypacker bravely leads through the night. His regimental commander is gone. His fellow brigade commander is gone. He ensures that for hours the tired, desperate men hold. Through his bravery, Fort Fisher falls. He's promised even if he dies, he will receive an honorable promotion for his deeds. But he doesn't die, and will end his career a major general. He's the second youngest man to ever hold the rank of brigadier general, the first Lafayette. With the fortifications fall, Wilmington is surrounded and ready for capture. The aftermath is a sad one. The 16th drunken Marines accidentally ignite the powder stored, killing and maiming hundreds. Terry readily gives credit to Pennypacker, but who really profits is General Schofield, who Grant calls from the west to the east, like Sheridan and Sherman. On the topic of Sherman, his opponents are still trying to figure out which one will lead the opposition. Beauregard takes temporary command of the Army of Tennessee, holding it till Richard Taylor can arrive. South Carolina is in complete panic as the assault of Tecumseh hangs over them like the sword of Damocles. They do get a small victory as USS Patsapsas sinks in Charleston Harbor, having struck a mine. But of course that isn't what the week is known for. 40 acres and a mule. Second, by laws of war and orders of the President of the United States, the Negro is free. Must be dealt with as such. The young and able-bodied Negroes must be encouraged to enlist as soldiers in the service of the United States. Negroes so enlisted will be paid, fed, and clothed according to law. Third, so that each family shall have a plot of not more than 40 acres of tillable ground. When it borders on some water channel, with not more than 800 feet waterfront, into possession of which land the military authorities will afford the protection till such times as they can protect themselves or until Congress shall regulate their title. Fourth, whenever a Negro is enlisted in the military service of the United States, he may locate his family in any one of the settlements at pleasure and acquire a homestead and all other rights and privileges of a settler as though present in person. Now you might note, there is no mule. That comes later. The order is gigantic in its implications, being preserved with free men farming their own land, not their owners. The question is in its implementation. The final thing he does this week is organize the Army Corps for the oncoming march. Turning to the dueling executives, first Lincoln the 15th speaks with General Dodge about Missouri, asking the general to deal with irregular violence, just to have the warring parties leave each other alone. There has been said irregular violence, especially as roaming gangs who claim to be acting for the rebellion have found it quite profitable to pillage. Next issue is a possible peace conference, which he has to accept. If it is leaked that he rejected a chance at peace, Lincoln might as well resign.
Your having shown me Mr. Davis's letter to you of the 12th instant, you may say to him that I have constantly been, am now, and shall continue ready to receive any agent whom he or any other influential person now resisting the national authority may informally send to me, with the view of securing peace to the people of our one common country.
Davis, in offering negotiation, slipped in the idea of two nations. Unacceptable. The final thing Honest Abe does is try to get his son a job. He writes to Grant asking if there is room in his staff for his Harvard-approved spawn. Not asking as a president, but as a friend. Grant says yes, and in the coming weeks, Captain Lincoln will be serving as Assistant Adjutant General, far from the side of danger. I mean, how much worse can he be from the rest of the staff? On to Davis. First, he writes to General Hardee asking the man to check the advance of Sherman, hopefully with reinforcements from the governor of Georgia. The 16th, the Confederate Congress passes a resolution calling for Robert.E.Lee to be assigned General-in-Chief, a role Davis has been playing. PGT takes over all forces in South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, and restore Johnston to leadership of the Army of Tennessee. Now, Davis isn't opposed to this. He likes Lee, and Johnston can work with Beauregard. He writes to the governor of South Carolina, promising him protection, asking for more men, and urging Lee to take command of all armies. On the 19th, Lee agrees, but does not have a bright prediction of the armies under his command.
I will undertake any service to which you think proper to assign me. I must state that with the addition of the command of this army, I do not think I could accomplish any good. If I had the ability, I would not have the time.
That's the head of the military telling the head of state that's just too late. Confederate forces can't win. Sickles' time, he sails from the Costa Rica to Panama, ready to complete his diplomatic mission. The old Sickles charm always works. That's where the week ends, and there's a lot going on. Davis now has handed over to Lee the control of the army. While this is basically a formality, it reveals a truth. The rebel army isn't run by the Confederacy, it is the Confederacy. Even while on war footing, still has taken many non-military based actions. Anti-bigamy laws, college land grant acts, ambassadorships. The war is a main focus, but there is other news. The rebellion? No. Every action looks to prop up the armies. Lee is basically the president. Hi, it's Jonathan Teagan, the entire Civil War Week by Week team. I'd like to thank you as we enter the new year and as the last couple months come counting down. It means a lot, and I know we are all excited to see how this war ends. I hope you come along for the journey, and I hope to really see you next week.